What up, boys? I am back with another Kyle's Best of 7, my top 7 players at every position. Today, it is time we get into the outfield category. I'm going to start with center field because it has some of my favorite players, and eventually you guys can just let me know which position you want me to do next. I'll either do left field or right field, or we could do starting pitchers, relief pitchers. You tell me in the comments below what you want the next Best of 7 to be. The one that's voted the most, I will do. For catcher, it was Jorge Posada. For first base, it was Frank Thomas. For second base, Roberto Alomar. For shortstop, it was Honus Wagner. For third base, it was Chipper Jones. Now, it is time to go over our top center fielders. Now, it's time to remind you guys, we haven't done this in like a week or so. I need to remind you guys that this is personal preference. I don't need you guys threatening me in the comments because of my picks. I know that you guys have specific players that you guys like. You need to understand that I have specific players that I like. You guys are watching this because it's my top 7, alright? We're going to keep that in mind as we listen to this. I don't need no hate speech. I don't need nothing. We are good. My top 7, my favorite 7. Mine that I feel are the most valuable, alright? We'll start it off with number 7. Number 7 is Duke Snider. Now, Duke Snider is one of the guys that you can get as a level 100 reward. It comes along with Duke, Frank, Tony Gwynn, Joe Morgan, and Brooks Robinson. Those are your 5. Duke Snider, to me, is the third best option in that level 100. So once you have Frank Thomas and you have Tony Gwynn, Duke Snider is for sure the next best guy. The reason I love him is because he is free. You can play to earn him, and his attributes are absolutely crazy. He absolutely mashes against righties. He has 115 contact, 110 power versus righties, and even if against lefties, he's no slouch with a 93 contact and an 83 power. Now, what makes Duke Snider really good and what made him really good early on in the game is his vision's a 108, which meant he has a very big PCI, and he was able to basically put his PCI on balls back when we were playing in All-Star and Hall of Fame, trying to make our ways to World Series. He's definitely a good fielder, 85 fielding, 83 reaction. Not the best arm, but he's in center. You don't need a crazy good arm, although now there are players that have really good arms. And he has a 74 speed. Now, for number 7, it was between Duke Snider and Kenny Lofton, because Kenny Lofton, this man was an absolute glitch. As you can see, I batted 371 with him in 762 at-bats. I mean, that is a big sample size. 371, he was just good. He was overall just great, and I really liked him. He's super fast, awesome fielder, obviously. And, I mean, his hitting attributes, they don't look crazy. Obviously, power is more of the sexy trait that everybody looks for. But this card was absolutely amazing. I mean, everybody that played from the beginning of the year knew that you were going to see Kenny Lofton in a lineup. So, if you guys need to try somebody, you could do the Indians exchange, get Kenny Lofton, and have him in there too. Duke Snider and Kenny Lofton tied for number 7, I'll say. Number 6 is Cattell Marte. Now, I should probably say this right now. Center field's, as I'm going over these, center field's the most stacked position that we've done. I know I've said that a couple times. As of right now, I'm looking at this list. It has some of the best cards in the game. Cattell Marte is my number 6 in the center fielders, but he's my starting second baseman in ranked seasons on my main team. So I love Cattell Marte. I have him 6th because I'm doing it on primary position, and when it comes to having these guys actually in center field, I probably wouldn't have Cattell Marte there. It's just that second base is so scarce, and I love Cattell Marte's swing and everything, that I have to have him on here. I use him as a second baseman. You could use him in center, left, right, shortstop, or second. His fielding's a silver. It could be a little better, obviously, but he still gets the job done. He's never really made any errors for me. He has a 75 speed, which is pretty good. It's not that good in center field, especially with 77 reaction. This is why he's 6th. Remember, I started him at second base. But he's a switch hitting bat with a good vision and a small strike zone, so he's easy to cover all quadrants of the strike zone. 113 contact, 115 contact versus righties and lefties. 84 powers against righties was a little lower, but 105 against lefties. So he's a lefty killer, but he's no slouch against righties either. That 113 vision is huge to me. I mean, it's it makes it where I feel comfortable with him no matter who's pitching. Not only that, but he's also a switch hitter, so no matter who's pitching, it just feels comfortable for me. So you look at these attributes, and I mean, I guess there's a lot of cards that look a little sexier, but like I said, he's my starting second baseman on my squad. Clearly, I try a lot of guys, and the fact that he's starting on my team shows you that he is definitely somebody you should use. I'm batting 318 with him. Don't let that fool you. I know it's a little low, but it used to be like 240 when I first started with him. I got off to a really slow start, so 318 is actually not that bad for him. He has 10 jacks, 21 RBIs. He's has a 1067 OPS, which is good. Yeah, he's just overall been really consistent. Like I said, keep in mind there was a very small sample size where I was doing terrible with him, so I'm lucky to even be above 300. He's been my second baseman. You guys have probably seen my videos. I've been hitting well with him. Number 6, Cattell Marte. Now, Ronald O Cunha at number 5 may be surprising to you. His stats and attributes look amazing. They truly, truly look amazing. The thing about him is that he just doesn't play as good as his attributes make him look. It seems like he swings a wet noodle. He just does not hit the ball hard. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you guys have had different experiences with him. But from what I've seen and from when I've used him, he's you know? But his attributes, I mean, God, don't they look good? 100 contact versus righties, 105 power versus righties, 94 contact versus lefties, 121 power versus lefties. That's obviously very well-rounded, very good. You look at that and you think he can hit tanks. His vision's a little low, especially if you're on Legend. With that vision, that's pretty low. Definitely like to see it a little bit higher, especially on a card this juiced. I think maybe that could potentially be why he's not as good as you would hope he would be. But his fielding and his speed is where it gets interesting. He has a gold fielding shield at 80. So in center field with an 84 reaction and a 95 arm strength and a 90 arm accuracy, he's definitely not a defensive liability. And he has a 91 speed and a 90 stealing. So he is very fast. You guys know Acuna. He's well deserving of having those stats. This is a card where his attributes look a little better than he may play for you. But if you're a Cunha fan, it's late in the year. Try the guys you want to try. His attributes are obviously really good looking. So just try him, you know. Just try him. But number 5 on our list, Ronald O Cunha Jr. Number 4 is a card that when he first came out, I thought he was the best card in the game. These stats are crazy. He's basically like a lefty Honus Wagner in the outfield. I mean, it's absolutely insane. And as I'm looking at it even more, I'm wondering why I don't at least have him on my bench. I mean, I could either have him on my bench. I could have him... Man, I should dabble with him again. Anyways, 125 contact versus both sides. That's like Tony Gwynn, but with more power. 81 power versus righties, 82 power versus lefties. 125 vision, 102 discipline, 125 clutch, 98 speed, 99. Why don't I use this guy still? I'm gonna buy him. I'm gonna sell somebody right after this, and I'm gonna buy Ty Cobb, and I'm gonna put him in my lineup. Let's look what it. Oh. 281. I see. I will say I used him pre-patch, so maybe he's different now. Anyways, forget I showed you those stats. Let's go down to Ty Cobb. 89 fielding. He's a diamond fielder. His arm sucks. I would probably put him in left field. Have oop, I almost spoiled who my favorite center fielder is. Have another guy in center field, and potentially have another one of my favorite center fielders in right field. Okay, well, I'm gonna quit talking. 98 speed, 99 stealing, 95 reaction. This card's a beast. He's an absolute beast. I promise you he kills. Just because I had mediocre stats with him, I know that he kills for a lot of people. I'm gonna try him again. I'm gonna put him in my lineup again because these attributes are unbelievable. I'm trying to think who I'm gonna replace now. While I do that, let me show you guys number 3 on our list. Signature Series Mike Trout. Now, this card could easily have been number 2. The problem? That vision. That vision is the problem. You look at these attributes, Mike Trout should be an endgame card. He probably is an endgame card. I'm probably going to try to use him as an endgame card. Right now, I do have him in my outfield, but that vision may be a problem on Legend. I haven't gotten to use him on Legend yet. So that may be a problem on Legend. But 120 contact versus righties, 117 power versus righties, damn near flawless. 109 contact versus lefties, 104 power versus lefties. 125 discipline helps, but that vision, man. That damn vision. Now, I don't agree with everybody saying his vision should have been higher. Because it really shouldn't have. He's never really had seasons that justify his vision being a lot higher than that. But it does kind of stink that his vision isn't higher. You get what I'm saying? It's like Jimmy Fox. His positions could have gone either way, but it sucks that he's not a catcher. Anyways, fielding, he's a diamond fielder, 91. 90 reaction, obviously it's Trout. 81 arm strength, not too bad in center. 86 arm accuracy. He has a 94 speed and a 97 stealing. He will get around those bases quick. Absolute stud. It's Mike Trout. Possibly the best ever. We'll have to see how that pans out. But definitely one of the best cards in the game. Our number 3 center fielder. Let's get on to number 2. My boy Ken Griffey Jr. Now, let's get it out of the way right now. He has a 96 fielding. His fielding should probably be a 12 because he gets the worst animations in the outfield. I can't describe it. You can't put him in left field. Rule that out. If you have him in there, take him out. If you're thinking about putting him there, get a lobotomy. He can't go in left field. If you're going to use him, you have to use him in center field. Maybe right field, I'm not sure, but center field is the one. His animations get a little better. He's still a dummy. He still does really dumb stuff. You look at those fielding attributes, man, he really shouldn't have an issue. He has a 95 reaction, 94 arm strength. I mean, why? Why is he like this? God, I wish I had a highlight that I could just put in right here to show you how bad of a fielder he is sometimes, but I'll move on. 110 contact versus righties, 114 power versus righties, 100 contact versus lefties, 109 power versus lefties. He is a stud. 105 vision. That's what put him here instead of Trout. It's just the vision. Honestly, that's exactly why. Because I feel more comfortable hitting with Griffey than I do with Trout. Griffey is one of the best hitters in the game, and that's why I justify going through his fielding stuff. Griffey could have easily been the best card in the game if his fielding was normal. If he had the fielding as... I almost ruined my favorite center fielder again, although you guys probably know who it is. But if he just had a really good fielding, he would maybe be the best card in the game. Betting 360 with him. I have 73 home runs with him, 136 RBIs, OPS of 1355. He's slugging 926. Obviously, he's a stud. This reminds me, I need to show you guys Trout's stats. As of right now, he's batting 529, 2 home runs, slugging 1118 with a 1644 OPS. Yeah, Trout's good. But yes, and as we go down here, you'll see batting average versus righties 369, batting average versus lefties 348. He's good against both. He really is good against both. 27 home runs versus lefties, 46 home runs versus righties. That's interesting. Yeah, I mean, Griffey's amazing. Griffey's amazing. You're going to have to deal with those fielding animations, unfortunately. Whatever. Ken Griffey Jr. is our number 2 center fielder in the game. Let's go on to numero uno. And I love it as a Giants fan. My dude, Willie Mays, the GOAT. His attributes are goated. He's goated. He plays even above his attributes. I'm pretty sure his contact and power versus both hands are 257 each. I think his fielding's 173, and I think his speed is a 9 billion. So they got those attributes a little wrong. They need to fix those. But Willie Mays, you guys probably know. He's the best. You get Willie Mays by collecting every live series card in the game. It's worth it. You get Rogers Hornsby, you get Pudge, and you get Willie Mays. Do it, please. He's amazing. 114 contact versus righties, 106 power versus righties, 117 contact versus lefties, 118 power versus lefties, 116 vision, 116 discipline, 118 clutch. I think they released the best card in the game first day it came out. I think that's what happened because he's an absolute animal. He's been an absolute animal. He kills against me. I mean, this card's just amazing. He truly is. 98 fielding, 95 arm strength, 97 arm accuracy, 95 reaction. How do you get better than this card? 92 speed, 90 stealing. What? I'm batting 350 with him. He still has a 1056 OPS. This with over over 2,000 at bats. It's a pretty big sample size. Slugging 663, that could be up a little bit, but his OPS is still good. I mean, get him. Get him. If you don't have him, get him. If you have him, quick sell him, then get him again. Kidding, you can't quick sell him, but this card's amazing. There's no better feeling than getting him and trying him because he's just an animal. Everybody knows how Willie Mays gets down. I always have him either first or third in my lineup. Use him, all right? I appreciate you guys. Let me know in the comments below which top 7 you want to see next. We got starting pitchers, relief pitchers, closers. I'll probably group closers and relief pitchers together. Left fielders and right fielders. Let me know which one you guys want to see first. Whatever's voted for more, I will do. All right? I'll see you guys later. Peace.